In this video, I'm going to talk about the various ways that one can get from one tonality to another. For instance, if we start on an E-flat major and 2 chords later we want to be at a C major, what are some ways that we can do that, both harmonically and in terms of the voicings? So let's get started, shall we? In this first one, we're just dealing with openly voiced triads with stepwise movement in the bass and a common tone on top. And as you can see, we got there by way of G major. In this next one, we have the same 3 chords except that our E flat is going to have the 5th in the bass, the G triad has the 3rd in the bass, and the C ends with the 5th in the bass. And our bottom and top notes move in contrary motion. Okay, this one is the same concept except our E flat has the 3rd in the bass, the G adds a 7th, which is in the bass, and the resolved chord, the C, has the 3rd in the bass. And again, contrary motion is in play here. Okay, we're going to get a little jazzier now. Our first chord is going to be an E flat major 7. Our second chord is going to be a G7 augmented, and we're going to end on a C major 7. And notice again the stepwise motion in the top note. Actually, I have a 6 and a 7 in there. Check out the cluster. Okay, so this one is the same progression, except the qualities of the chords are a little bit different. We've got E flat major 6-9 with the 5th in the bass, to a G7 with a 13 and a flat 9, and my 13 is then going to move to a flat 13. Get ready, and we're going to resolve to a C 6-9 with the 5th in the bass. Check it out. Okay, now we're going to get a little jazzier. Our opening chord is going to be an E flat major 7. And then instead of the G, we're going to go to the tritone of G, which is D flat. And we're going to play a D flat major 7, keeping the common tone of G on top, making the G a sharp 11. And we're going to resolve to a C major 9. Check it out. This last chord is comprised of 2 open 5ths and a 6th. Oh, it's important to stretch, and on this next example, the right hand has some big stretches. Notice the way I play 4ths on each of these chords. This next one has a different mood because the G chord is now a minor chord with an 11 and the C chord has a solemn 9. This next one is E flat triad, D flat triad to C, except there's a pedal tone of G on the first 2 chords. Check it out. Okay, sometimes your right hand wants to be a little bit more melodic, and that's what's happening in this next one. It's a more active melodic right hand idea, and this melodic idea is in parallel 4ths, moving through the 3 chords, the E flat major, the G7 with alterations that are implied by the 4ths, and ending on a nice big spread of a C major 7, 6-9. This one is a very similar idea, but it's coming from the top and coming down, and it's a combination of parallel fourths and parallel fifths. So this one has kind of a Brazilian quality to it, I guess because of the bass notes. This E flat major 7 is from bottom to top 5, 3, 7, 1. Then the second chord, instead of the D flat major, I'm hitting a D flat 9, 7, 9. But then A flat is in the bass. And there's no D flat in the D flat chord. You can also think of it as an A flat minor 6, and then it resolves to a C major 9, 7 with the G in the bass. Now for kind of a gospel quality, and you'll hear why. And you've got the E flat with the 5th, the G triad with the 3rd, and then the C, instead of going straight to a C, I suspend it. And check out how I suspend it, because not only is there a suspended 4th, but the 4th is moving parallel in 6ths, resolving to my C. Amen. Here's another one. Parallel fifths, parallel fifths, fourths. Use your upper structure triads. F over E flat over G, D over C. Sometimes you just want to use shapes to color your chords. Check it out. And lastly, this is straight out of Aaron Copland's Appalachian Spring.